Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC and I'm at the pond again, which can only mean one thing: we have another potential waterproof drone. So previously I reviewed the DJI H31 and I didn't realize how popular it would be, but it seems that there is a demand for waterproof drones out there. So I have this other one here. This is the GPToys Middax F51C from gearbest.com, and the C means yes. It has a camera, which is unlike the DJI. It's also direct drive, so there's no gears on this one. So there's an 8mm motors there, and it looks pretty neat. I like the color of it and the design. It's a bit like the DJI Phantom there, and it's got a battery in there. It's a 400 milliamp one cell battery, and what I like about this is you are actually given two, and they were fully charged out of the box, which is interesting because usually they're just storage charged, so be careful of that when you get this. But we've got a little hatch there with the battery inside. It's all nice and neat there. We've got some lights underneath. I have to see what they are like. You get given a bunch of stuff with this, which I haven't included. Got landing legs and prop protectors. I've taken those off. You get given an extra set of blades, and the charger that it comes with actually allows you to charge both batteries at the same time, which is really cool. So I've got two batteries charged here. As for the waterproofing, they've given sort of a bit more information on it. I've got the manual here. Let's check it out. So it says here that it's got a high waterproof level, the IPX5 waterproof level, protecting itself from splashing water and waves. I haven't got any waves here. So let's see there. It says metal parts including the axles, screws and nuts, as well as the contacts and the electrical cables, will be susceptible to corrosion. So what else does it say here? It says that it's waterproof. While the entire drone is highly water resistant, it's not completely waterproof, and your F51 Middax should not be treated like a submarine. I pretty much treated the DJI as a submarine, didn't I? Anyway, let's get on to the controls. Now what I love about this is the controls are really well labeled, which is great for a reviewer. So we've got this sort of Xbox style controller here. It takes 4 AAA batteries, so there's a few batteries missing in my TV remote control at home. I prefer double A's. That's just a small thing anyway. So up here we've got the flip button, we've got the rates up there. I'll have to check how many rates that there are. You've got your controls here, you've got headless mode up there, so I'll be ignoring that. Return to home, so I'll be ignoring that. Got photo and video button, and the rest are all trimmed. So pretty straightforward. And so I'm just looking at the quad, and like before, there doesn't seem to be much waterproofing. I can't see any seals. We've got holes over here. Yes, be quiet. I'll give you some bread in a minute. We've got holes, and yeah, so I'll have to see how it goes, but it says it's sort of advertising itself as being able to see underwater, but that micro SD card there is not protected at all. It's a 4 GB, by the way. Anyway, let's get and have a fly and see how it flies and see how it dunks in the water. So there is a on switch, so I'm going to turn the transmitter on first and then put it flat on the ground. Lift the throttle up, and it doesn't seem to have a bind. Maybe this is one of those quads that likes to have the quad on first. Yeah, it seems so. And they're doing that more and more these days. Let's go for a takeoff. Actually, I'm going to start video recording. Do we get any sort of light to say that it's video recording? There's a light on underneath. Oh, there you go. So we've got a blue light there when it's not recording, a red and blue light when it's video recording, and it just flashes when it's taking a photo. So I want to make sure that I'm getting some video, and let's go. Okay, so I guess I'm in the low rate button. So that seems to be high rates. It's becoming dusk here, and I can see those LEDs really nicely. Loads of power. They've got a flashing light already. I think that might be because I gave it too much power, maybe the LVC kicked in. But this is a brand new battery, so I hope that's not the case. Yeah, flying fine. So that's your first rate. That's your second rate. I hope the camera doesn't start recording when the LVC kicks in. I think it has, you know. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, let's bring it in for a landing. So I did a punch out there and it's registered an LVC and it seems to have stopped video recording, which is a pain. So I'm not going to take the battery out actually, let's just turn it off and turn it back on again. So quad on first, have it level, and then transmitter. And then start the video again. And there we go. It's recording, so let's throttle up. I'll just change the rates there as well. I like that high rate. I just need to make sure that I don't give too much throttle. It seems like the LVC kicked in. So apart from that, it seems like a nice fly. I mean, it's hovering on, you know, maybe 40% throttle. Let's go for a flip over the water. Whoops, nearly landed in the water then. And fly mode 2 here. And look again, got LVC there. And stop the recording again. Let's see if it'll do a flip in LVC. No, won't let me do a flip in LVC mode. Well, that is a shame. Because there's loads of power, you see. So maybe it's got like a low LVC, I don't know. But let's try dunking it in the water. So it doesn't float, so I'm only going to be keeping it in close. But what's cool about this one, as it gets a little bit heavy there with the water, is the control distance is more. So even when it's underwater, to a certain extent, you should be able to have control of it. Look at that. Come on, you can make it. I don't think there's enough power in it. Come on. We need to give it a burst. Burst! No. Does not like that. So if it gets too submerged, I think the battery actually has run out. It's hardly got any power there. No, look at that. It's fine. That's annoying because I want to get some nice video. But, oh, it looks like the video is recording. Or, let's stop that. Or it's just like given an error because it went completely submerged underwater. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get any camera footage from this. Drain it out a bit. Turn it back on. And then rebind. Yep. Let's see if we get any video. It looks like it's recording, you know. See what happens. It's instantly gone into LVC. So let's switch over the battery and try again. Okay, so I've swapped the battery over and the video is recording supposedly. I did check that the battery was fully charged with my voltmeter, so maybe it wasn't. Let's just try that flip function before the battery goes. It's not happening. Maybe my flip button's broke. I've had that a couple of times. Or maybe it just doesn't have flips, but I'm pressing it down. No flip function. Yep, definitely not working there. But you know, it's a nice flyer, very smooth. so no complaints there. Shame that flip button doesn't work. Let's try do some dunking. Actually, I'm going to stop the video. So let's stop it and then restart it, just so we may have something. But apparently you should be able to see underwater with this one. So let's see if that is true. See, if you're very quick and dunk it underwater, then you can get it back up. So we should be looking at a lovely shot of the beautiful clear blue pond. And I've got no control now. Yeah, something that the instructions say is actually, if it gets water on it, stay closer to it, because water, of course, completely destroys the radio signal, and that just happened there. So, out of the water, it should be fine. But again, just like the JJRC one, it's a little bit better for control, but it's still gonna sink. Do not take it out to the middle of a pond expecting to get it back. Look at that. See, it starts to get dodgy, even just submerged in a little bit of water. See, it sort of, its throttle stays there, and it doesn't really do anything. But if you land it quickly, not the best place to take off. If you land it quickly in the water, you should be able to get away. Is the video still recording? It says it is. Don't know if it is. Probably gone very murky. So let's try that quick dunk. LVC again. Ugh, nearly got away from me. Yeah, LVC kicks in and the video stops. So it seems that you don't get a very long flight time, but you never do with micros. 4 minutes and that's probably it. Yeah, it sinks. And once it does sink, it's pretty hard to get out of the water. You can see there, full throttle, and it's give up. I don't know what that camera footage is going to look like either. But it cannot get itself out of there, even with a full battery. Kind of just gives up. And it says in the instructions, do not submerge it. But that's what I've done. It seems to be working still. It is not a submarine, that's what they said, wasn't it? Okay, what I want to do is turn it off and turn it on. Turn the transmitter on. Let's see if we can leave it submerged for a bit. So if I set the video going but don't actually fly it, it should stay with its video recording and we should have a lovely view of this pond. Actually, you know what might be better? Flipping it upside down. Oh, the LVC's going already. Is it the LVC or is it just like... Oh no, it's not an LVC, it's like a warning to say it's the wrong way. It's the wrong way up. So, it might actually be getting a picture. Let's leave it submerged a bit. Why not? I'm going to turn it back around just so I can tell the difference between that and LVC. I wonder if there's any ducks that want feeding. That's right, ducks. I come with some food. First come, first serve. Yeah, so I imagine the video's not recording now, but I am going to submerge it, even though it said not to see if it still works. A proper flight test, or should I say, a drown test. Stop fighting. Plenty for everybody if you dare to come this close. Come on, I didn't even like the taste of duck. Well, that's been in there a good 5 minutes now. The lights are still flashing, suggests it might be okay, might it? And the video record light's still on. I don't know if it did record any of that. Let's see if that light turns off or if it's just bricked video. Oh, maybe it did record that. I don't know. We'll see. I have to dry that SD card out before it goes into a computer. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it does seem to be waterproof. Let's see if it still flies. Yes, it does. Needs a new battery though. So it seems that this one is also waterproof. It said not to submerge it, and I did anyway, and it's fine. I guess the only thing with this one is because it's got a camera on board, etc. The battery doesn't last as long, only about a 4-minute flight time. And there we go. The battery has completely depleted. So there you go, that is my review of the GPToys Middax F51C from GearBest. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to buy it. As always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.